On behalf of Military Family Services in Europe, hereafter referred to as MFSE, I would like to congratulate you on your posting to the United Kingdom and welcome you to this presentation, Preparing for an OUTCAN Posting to the UK. This session will not cover particulars of a BGRS, Children's Education Management, or D&D specific information, as these items do not fall under MFSE's responsibility. During this short presentation, I will be discussing who Military Family Services is in Europe, introduce you to who our MFS team is in the UK, and how we can provide services and support to your family while posted to Europe. Speaking of our UK MFSE team, we have experienced the many facets of an overseas move, and we understand the feeling of the unknown that you may be experiencing during this very busy time of preparation. Making a move to a new country is both challenging and exciting. It is normal to feel anxious, excited, nervous, frustrated, energized, or all the above. Each of the phases of this posting has its own unique joys and demands. We want to reassure you that you aren't going through this alone, and we are hopeful that by the end of this presentation, some of your questions will be answered and you will have access to information and resources that will continue to help along the way. I want to share this map with you to give you some idea of how many Canadian families are stationed in Europe at any given time. These numbers change each year depending on postings and family makeup, but on average, we have around 550 plus families across Europe. Here in the UK, we are a location that currently has over 100 Canadian families, similar to Gelsenkirchen in Germany. Currently, the following percentages reflect the breakdown of children at post. Roughly 30% of children are between the ages of 4 and under. 31% of children are between the ages of 5 and 9. 15% of children are between the ages of 10 to 12, while the remaining 24% of children are youth ages 13 plus. What's different with OUTCAN? You may or may not have accessed services in an MFRC in Canada, so it is important for you to know that MFSE operates quite differently from the MFRC model with respect to our funding and purpose. For example, while MFRCs may offer childcare, this is only possible because they can fundraise and obtain provincial grants. This is not something that MFS Europe is mandated, funded, or equipped to provide. In Canada, about 12% of military families access MFRCs. In Europe, that number is closer to 80%. And that's because MFSE plays an instrumental role in easing and supporting your transition to life abroad and providing ongoing community support and engagement. As you can see with the 50% statistic, one of the biggest challenges in providing services and support is the distribution of military families across Europe. For this reason, we rely heavily on virtual services. Speaking of services and support, we create and update programs as our demographics and community needs change. We are a small organization, constantly evolving to deliver as many services as possible. Information and referral is a key service we provide. This will be especially important to you as a remote community or if your community is spread out. One of our objectives is to link you with available services within your community, along with providing you with the information about each of our MFSE programs by referring and connecting you to the relevant resources. Most importantly, I would like to highlight the fact that MFSE has many French support services over and above what is provided locally. If we have families who require it, this is through our French Programs Coordinator. You will learn more about our program areas during your in-clearance. Your support detachment in Ruislip, not locally pronounced Ruislip, is locally located in the borough of Hillington, Greater London, within the M25 highway. This is the bright ring that you can see, which essentially outlines central London from the rest of the country. Here is the London Tube map. This is a portion of the London Tube map where you can see the West Ruislip station, which is in the top left corner, only 40 to 45 minutes to the Charing Cross station, indicated in the middle with the red arrow. This is where Trafalgar Square is, the High Commission, and basically the city center. Central London versus remote. Here's a map of the United Kingdom which shows where the Det London is located in Ruislip. It is important to note that roughly 40% of our CIF families are posted to Central London, which includes the High Commission, C. Philo, the Det, and Northwood. The remaining 60% are posted to our remote communities. Some have a number of Canadians that post, such as Shrivingham, Innsworth, RAF Digby, or Molesworth, to name a few. However, there are many who use and live in our rural locations without any other Canadian families. For example, as you can see on the map, these rural locations can be literally all over the United Kingdom, such as Cornwall, located in the southwest London area, and also Lossiemouth in northern Scotland. Regardless of where you will be posted, unless you will be living on a base, the DET's relocation officer will help connect you with your relocation agencies to help you find a place to call home during your house hunting trip. Employment. Employment opportunities are limited in Europe. However, we are very fortunate in the United Kingdom that it is the only OUTCAN location in Europe where spouses can work on the local economy. So after a posting message is received, you can then start the visa and paperwork necessary. This will result in spouses being able to apply for a national insurance number, or NIS. This is the same as our SIN number in Canada. This is needed to work on the local economy and can easily be applied for through www.gov.uk. In addition to the local economy, as you can see, spouses here also currently are employed with the DET, the High Commission, and also with Canadian Forces and Rural Welfare Services through MFS or PSP. As mentioned earlier, we will not cover particulars of children's education management as SEMS does not fall under MFSC's responsibility. You will find information on SEMS in the welcome book sent via email once we have your personal address. The URL for Foreign Service Directives, or FSD, on approved schools in the UK and the URL for children's education management on our CAF Connection website is provided on the screen now. Plus, as we mentioned in our initial email to you, it is very important you connect with SEMS before you make your decision. Speaking of connecting, it is very important that you take a look at the various social media and virtual platforms that we offer. We strongly encourage you to visit these sites where you will find a wealth of information on programs and services MFSC provides. We also encourage you to like Military Family Services in Europe on our Facebook page so you can begin to receive information on what's happening overseas. Finally, I would like to virtually introduce you to our MFSC team in the UK. I'm currently the Community Services Manager, and both Isabel Smith and Iga Jurek are our community services providers. If you have any questions about living in the United Kingdom or Europe, or wish to know what MFSC team can do to help your family during your transition, please don't hesitate to contact us directly at mfsc.uk@cfmws.com. Remember, we're here for you. We look forward to speaking with you in the future.